This is Daven Michaels, founder and CEO of 123 Employee, New York Times best-selling author and contributor to The Price of Business. I want to welcome you back to this segment. And in this segment of The Price of Business, I have Chris Thompson on the line with us. And Chris is the VP of Enterprise Product Marketing at Plantronics. And if you haven't heard of Plantronics, well, maybe you haven't been in business that long. Plantronics has been around for 50 years, and they supply some of the coolest equipment out there when it comes to voice-based communications. I'm a huge fan of Plantronics. So, Chris, it's great to have you on the show. Welcome.
Good morning, and thank you, Daven.
It's good to have you here. So go ahead and share with everybody that hasn't heard of Plantronics exactly what Plantronics is.
Well, Plantronics has been in business for more than 50 years, and we're best known for the headsets that either connect people to their mobile phones or to their customers through customer service applications in the contact center. But we're really much more than that. We've been building wearable technologies, most often that people stick in their ears, but for organizations as diverse as the FAA or pilots in aircraft. And in fact, our headsets went to the moon way back in the late 1960s.
Well, that is really, really cool. You know, being in the operator business, the voice-based business, the call center business, I've bought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of I guess we'll call it wearable technology or headsets. And it's so important to have good ones because when it comes to voice-based, you've got to have good, clear signal and good noise canceling, and it's just awesome. So I love Plantronics. I love their catalog. There's just all kinds of cool gadgets. And, Chris, you want to share with our audience what it is exactly that you do for Plantronics as VP of Enterprise Product Marketing.
Sure. Well, first, Daven, thanks for your business. We appreciate it. It's the enterprise marketing function at Plantronics is a little bit different. What we try and do is look ahead for our customers at the risks, especially technology risks or business risks that are likely to come into their businesses, and then build products in advance of what our customers need so that when they're ready to deploy something, we have it available. That can be as complex as wireless in the customer service center, or even some of our contextual products that help make customer service interaction smarter.
Interesting. Now, are you working with some of your large enterprise clients on a regular basis?
I do. I talk to customers almost every day.
I see. And do you have a certain group of customers that you work with?
It really varies. We go from the small, mid-sized enterprise all the way up to our global 100 global organizations that literally span the globe, just as you do.
And so most of the companies that you work with, are they basically call centers, or are they companies that have their own call centers?
It's a little bit of both. We're very active in two primary markets. One is the office communication market, which includes customer service applications and then unified communications. What we find is that those markets are blending together. So on the very far end, we'd have what we would call the traditional call center. That's something that people are familiar with, people answering telephone calls from customers in many cases. But what we're finding is that those types of applications are going much deeper into the organization. And in fact, in some companies, almost every person is part of the customer service function.
Absolutely. So you guys work with tying that all together as well.
That's correct, yes.
Interesting, very interesting. So what's in the future for Plantronics? I mean, you guys have always sort of been on the cutting edge. I presume everything, of course, is going VoIP and what have you. It's there already. What do you think the future is for the company?
Well, we're seeing two shifts in the customer service center today. One is that as customers become more dependent, or as companies become more dependent on self-service, what we're seeing is calls that come into the traditional call center are escalations when customer service or self-service fails. Mm-hmm. So if a customer has been spending an hour on a website trying to troubleshoot a problem, when they actually get to the phone and start talking to a customer service person, the customer is viewing that as an escalation, but it's the very first time that a customer service representative has actually dealt with that particular customer. So you have two sides of the phone call with very different perceptions about the importance of the conversation and, frankly, the risk of the relationship that's on the line. At the same time, what we see is businesses shifting higher touch, higher complexity interactions into their customer service center. So banks routinely sell high-value financial products over the phone. Yeah. So for our customers, old metrics like average handle time, average queue time, first call resolution, they start to take on a very different meaning.
That is absolutely fascinating, and that is true because today people want to find a solution online. They don't want to talk on the phone, but you're right. By the time they do pick up the phone, the client really does consider that as an escalation. I never quite thought of that way. Very interesting. Chris Thompson with us from Plantronics. And Chris, if people want to get more information on Plantronics, obviously it's plantronics.com, correct?
That's correct.
All right, Chris Thompson, thanks for being on the show with us.
Thank you.
Thanks for that great segment, Daven Michaels. Daven, again, he's with 123employee.com. That's 123employee.com, best-selling author and a regular contributor right here on The Price of Business. Stay tuned for more after this.